First up, we have some breaking news that's coming in. India has strongly raised the matter of ceasefire violations by Pakistan in the month of January. There were 216 ceasefire violations, keep in mind, by Pakistan in January alone, in which one BSF personnel was killed and 2 were wounded. Last year, there were 2,140 ceasefire violations by Pakistan, in which 14 border security force personnel from India were killed and 53 were injured. India has been taking up the issue of ceasefire violations with Pakistani authorities at appropriate levels time and again. And the matter was also raised during talks over the hotline between the Director Generals of military operations of the two countries, which happen almost every Tuesday. In May 2018, Indian and Pakistani DGMOs spoke to each other and agreed to fully implement the ceasefire understanding of the year 2003 in letter and spirit and ensure that ceasefire is not violated by either side. And we have our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibbal, who's breaking that story for us here on Wion World is One. He joins us live from India's capital, New Delhi. Siddhant, talk to us. What exactly are your sources telling you? And more importantly, India has taken up the issue of ceasefire violations with Pakistan many a time before. How is it different this time around?
Well, this time around it's different because India has sent a note verbal to Pakistan on the ceasefire violation. As you just mentioned, there were 216 ceasefire violations by Pakistan in the month of January 2019. That makes almost 7 ceasefire violations by Pakistan at the LOC every day. Remember, on the 16th of January, India even summoned a Pakistani High Commission official after a ceasefire violation at Sundarmani sector on 11th of January. Clearly, India taking the entire ceasefire violation seriously. There were approximately one BSF personnel who was martyred in January of 2019 due to ceasefire violation, and 2 BSF personnel who were injured. Overall, if you look at the figures of 2018, it's 2,000, more than 2,000 ceasefire violations by the Pakistani side, in which 14 BSF personnel were martyred by the ceasefire violation which took place. India, of course, has been handling the entire issue diplomatically. India, of course, has been also talking to the DGMO, the Pakistani DGMO. There is, of course, DGMO talks taking place almost every Tuesday, in which India has strongly raised the issue. In 2018 itself, there was this landmark talks which happened between the DGMOs of both the sides, in which it was agreed that there won't be any ceasefire violation and the 2003 ceasefire will continue. But it seems that the Pakistani side is not changing its track. It's continuing with the ceasefire violation, and as part of this, India sent a note verbal to the Pakistani side, which happened on 11th of this month. And remember, India has been also asking Pakistan not to provide cover to terrorists, because while these ceasefire violations are happening, Pakistan is basically providing cover to the terrorists to infiltrate in the Indian side. That is the basic motive of the Pakistani side. That is why it's really important for the Indian side to raise, because Pakistan is providing cover to these terrorists to create problems in India.
Siddhant Sibbal, our principal diplomatic correspondent, joining us with the latest on that story that's breaking here on Wion World is One. Thank you, Siddhant.